Hi, happy Monday. God, it's so cold, isn't it? It's gone really, really cold. However, I am a big fan of cold weather. I do like cold weather. And you think a woman of my age would be a little bit warmer most of the time, but no, sadly I'm not, I'm freezing. So who am I? I am Simone, I am 51 years of age, and I'm very proud to be 51 years of age. And I am a certified nutritional therapist. The reason I give my age is so you know I sit in a demographic of perimenopausal and menopausal women. But I also work with guys as well, not just menopausal women. I work with guys who are looking at weight management, chronic illness, stress in the workplace, health and well-being, and so on. You can see it all in my website if you click above. Anyway, so why am I here today? This is my last video before the new year. I thought a great opportunity to talk about hangovers with you and why we get them. I know you know why we get them, but why we really get them. I thought with Mad Friday coming up and we've got Christmas, we're all out with loved ones, enjoying ourselves with family and doing things. So I thought I'd give you some little tips when you get a hangover. So we need to understand the body a little bit to understand why there actually is no cure for a hangover. However, these little hints and tips that will help you. So if you take 1 unit of alcohol, it actually takes 1 hour to metabolize through the body. And to put 1 unit into kind of context, 1 unit is about 10 mils, 8 grams of pure alcohol. That is what 1 unit is. So again, to put it into context with drinks, a pint of beer is 3 units. A stronger beer, maybe Stella upwards, is probably about 4 units. Spirits, single spirit, which is very rare we have them these days, but single spirits is 1 unit. Obviously it'd be 2 units for a double spirit, and a bottle of wine, red or white, rosé, is 9 units. So if you take 3 big glasses out of there, it's like 3 units per glass of wine. So a glass of wine in units is equivalent to a pint of kind of low, medium strength beer. So if it takes 1 hour to process 1 unit, if you drink a bottle of wine to yourself, which is doable, it's really doable. If you leave work at 5 and you're drinking till 2 a.m. in the morning, it is doable for you to drink, 9 units. It would take 9 hours for it to get out of your system. If you have that full bottle of wine or 3 glasses of wine, let's say, and you have 2 gin and tonics on there, remember they're large gin and tonics these days, they've got 2 in each. That's actually adds up to 13 hours. And metabolizing your body has to do to get it out of your system. And the way it gets it out of your system is to pee, to poop, to sweat, or to breathe. And that is how it gets out of your system. So if you think about it, you're a little bit squiffy, you go home, collapse in bed, your bladder and everything else shuts down until you wake up the next day. And when you wake up the next day, you are full of all these toxins in your body. You are going to feel sick. You are going to have a headache. You are going to feel jittery. You are going to feel like you need to get some food into you because your blood sugar level is low as well. So how do we get it out? We need to metabolize this really quickly to get out of our system. How we do that? It is time. It is all there is time. And it's them hours to tick away and metabolize it. The more hours that pass, it gets easier and easier because you've not got as many toxins. But to speed it up a bit, and something I like to do, I like to exercise or I like to sit in the sauna. Now, I know people look at me like, never, I'm not going to do that. And you know what? That's your given right to do that. My given right is if I want to do that, that is absolutely what I do and what I love. And I'm telling you, you can feel like death. But once you push that through that threshold, you feel so much better. However, there's many people, especially in the medical field, who will tell you not to exercise or do a sauna when you've got a hangover. And the reason they tell you that is because we are so dehydrated. But if you absolutely have volumes of water before you exercise or sauna, during and loads afterwards, you are protecting yourself from nausea and dizziness and even passing out through the dehydration. It works for me, kicks in my metabolism, I'm sweating out more. I will sit in the sauna for an hour and I will sweat it all out of my system. And believe me, when I get back into the fresh air, I feel so much better for it. Can I also point out, I very rarely get hangovers. Anyway, so these are kind of key things we can do to get our metabolism going. Or we can wake up and eat last night's Indian takeaway that we've left, have a Mars bar or have a full English breakfast, because that's what we tend to do. None of them are going to bode you well. You need to get some nutrients into your body. Things like pear juice are really good. Even eating a pear, because it's quite digestible, it's pear. But throwing a pear in the juicer, throwing a pear in the blender and having that. That's really good. Celery juice. I know you're rolling your eyes saying, Simone, I'm not going to get up with a hangover after my Christmas party and drink celery juice. However, if you do, it will bode you well. It's a great one for sodium. It's going to get to your cells quicker. Even if you Google celery juice, you'll be surprised all the added benefits that it's got for you. Another one that you can do is, because our blood sugar levels are so low, this is why we're craving starching carbs. We need energy quick. Carb is a quick fix energy. That's why we've got this carb craving. Have a slice of whole grain toast, maybe with a couple of eggs in. Eggs have got cysteine in, which is really good for hangovers as well, so they say. Might be a myth, but they actually say that. So anything kind of calorie, kind of in a whole grain sense, is going to bode you well better than eating a Mars bar. If all else fails, have something to eat and go back to bed. The one thing I wouldn't recommend in the next day, and if you understand if you've still got all the alcohol in your body, and remember how we get that out, is pooping, peeing, sweating and breath, is there's a policeman on every corner of every high street in December, because they know how long this alcohol stays in your system, and that is why we breathe it out. They give you a breathalyzer test. It is so not worth it. It's not worth it for your own loss. It's not worth it for anybody else's loss. You never know what's going to happen. Some crazy people about, even if you think you're right, you've woke up and had 6 cups of coffee and you've eaten the remains of last night's kebab that you picked up at 3 a.m. on the way home, is not going to bode you well to jump in a car and drive the next day. So for me, even if you get up and you have to make a sorry call to your boss, you make that sorry call rather than get your sorry ass into a car. It would be so much better. If you've got the luxury of having the day off, or if it's at the weekend, go back to bed, watch a Christmas movie in bed, fall asleep, and when you wake up, you will feel better. If you've had fluids, you've had food, and your body's rest, because sometimes we are so fatigued because our body's working like crazy in the night. Even though we think we've slept, we've not really had a good night's sleep, and your body needs to just fix you. When you wake up the next day, you're going to feel much better, like we all do. But do you know what? It's party season, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. The world has gone crazy, and if we deserve anything right now, we deserve a little bit of fun. So if you're going to drink, all I can say is, if you know you're going to drink, and you're going to drink a little bit to excess and get a little bit drunk, make sure you've got safe people around you. Don't matter if you're a boy or a girl, the world is crazy. Just make sure you've got a network of people, your little cheerleaders are with you, and somebody will get you home. If you get home and you can remember, have water. Before you go out, put water at the side of your bed. They also say, eat a banana. That can help because it gives you potassium and magnesium that your body needs while you're sleeping. If you pop a banana on your pillow, there's going to be 2 things, isn't it? 1, you're not going to come back as drunk as you are and you're going to be able to eat that banana. Or 2, you're going to wake up with it mashed at the side of your cheek. I don't know. But if you manage to eat it, I salute you for doing that, because it will make you feel better. Other than that, fluids. It doesn't matter if you're pooping, peeing, sweating or breathing. It's going to come out of your system, and it just take time. So have a super time, whatever you're going to do. Remember, there's no cure for a hangover. The only cure is don't drink any alcohol. And you know what? That's a little bit bar humbug. So enjoy yourself safely. Have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year. And I will be back in the New Year to give you some behavioural tips on how you can stick to your goal, whatever that goal is, in 2019. Also, if you want to join up for my newsletter, you'll find it above there where you can do that, where I bring to you a gift of health in your inbox every 2 weeks for the whole of 2019. So I'm going to get myself out of here because I am freezing, and you just think somebody my age would be a little bit warmer, but I'm not. I'm going to go do some exercising. I'm going to get myself fit, ready to go out drinking, I think, sometime this week with friends. And I will see you all soon.